Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Hello Girl DIY. Today I'm going to be doing 2 summer Dollar Tree DIYs, which I hope you all love. So to start out, I'm going to be using these wood rounds. I believe I got these from Joann's after Christmas time, so hopefully you'll be able to find them too. And the idea for this actually came from Pinterest, although they made these using different wood pieces. But to start out, I'm just mixing in some green and some lighter green acrylic paint together, just because I want a nice colored green to be the rind of my watermelon. And I'm just going to be painting the, I guess you could say, the bark or the outside pieces of this wood round. Then I'm going to add in a little bit more of that light green acrylic paint to my darker paint, because I wanted it to be a little bit lighter of a color. And then I'm going to paint the top of the round, probably about a half or a third of an inch in. I ended up messing around with how I guess you could say deep I wanted the rind, but that's what it looks like at the end. And then I'm adding in even more light green paint to do the lighter part of my rind. Once that was done, it was time to start painting the actual watermelon part. To do this, I'm going to be mixing some of this crimson Waverly chalk paint, and this is just like their nice Christmassy red color. And you can get Waverly chalk paint from Walmart. And then I'm also going to be mixing in a little bit of white apple barrel acrylic paint. I believe the color is Snow White, but you could also use Waverly chalk paint in the color white as well. And then as you can see here, I went ahead and added in a little bit more of that light green paint. I sort of ended up, I guess you could say, blending it in or feathering it in with that darker paint. And I do not claim to be a very good painter at all. This does look very homemade. And if you have, like I said, your hand or you're better at painting, this will of course look better, but I still think it looks super cute. And then I'm going to be adding in some seeds. I'm sorry I can't really see here, I had my hand blocking it, but I'm just using a fine tip Sharpie to kind of trace the outline to the seeds, and then I'll be using a black marker to fill it in. To seal my coaster, I'm actually going to be using some of this matte Mod Podge, and this is Dollar Tree's Mod Podge. You could also do like their glossy finish, but I prefer the matte. And I'm just using a bit of a sponge brush I had to apply a coat. I'm also doing it on the sides, just because in case any like a cold drink or whatever sweats, I want to make sure it's all sealed. And a quick tip when you're doing this is make sure that whatever you used to fill in your seeds or dry your seeds is nice and dry, because my seeds actually bled a little bit when I did the Mod Podge on top. So I went ahead and just traced over them real quick with a marker again, and it turned out fine. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. I think it's so cute. I love how it looks and perfect for cold drinks. Next, I'll be using this 3-pack of Dollar Tree's like mini terracotta pots. And the first thing I did was go ahead and remove all the packaging so that they were ready to paint. For these jars, I wanted them to have kind of like a fruit theme, so I'm going to start out by making a watermelon one. Again, I know. So again, I'm actually going to be using that crimson chalk paint as well as a little bit of this apple barrel pink eraser paint. It's acrylic and you can get it at Walmart. I think they're like 50 cents a bottle, so really inexpensive. And then I like playing around with my colors until I feel like they're just right. So I kept adding in a little bit more of the pink and whatnot until I felt like it was the perfect shade. And then I'm going to give the bottom portion of my pot or jar a good coat of this paint. So next up was making the green rind of my watermelon, and to do this I'm going to be using some more of those green apple barrel acrylic paints. I'm starting out with the darker one and then putting in a little bit of the lighter one. And to do this mixing of the paints, I'm just using some of these bathroom cups because they're small and disposable and perfect for mixing paint, I feel like. And then once I was happy with the color, I painted the top part of my pot just using a brush. So for my second pot, I'm going to be using some of this pumpkin Waverly chalk paint and then also some of this apple barrel jack-o'-lantern acrylic paint. Both are from Walmart. And I'm going to go ahead and start out by putting some of that jack-o'-lantern in the little cup and then some of the pumpkin. And I'm just going to mix them up until I feel happy with the color because I want it to be a nice bright orange, but I don't want it to be too pale. Once I was happy with the shade my orange was, I went ahead and gave my pot a good coat. And then once that had dried, I actually made this lighter orange shade, just using a little bit more of that jack-o'-lantern acrylic paint. And then I dotted that all over my little pot because I wanted a little bit of that variance of colors. I wanted it to be a little bit lighter, like a darker shade showing through here and there. So I had just dotted that all over and then brushed it onto my vase, and then I made an even lighter orange to paint the top of my jar with. And yes, I did do 3 jars, but the yellow one was basically the same exact thing as the orange one, except of course yellow color. So I did the same, a darker color on the bottom of the pot, made it a little bit lighter, put it on top of that darker yellow for a little more variance, and then painted the top a very light yellow. I just thought that'd be really repetitive if I just showed you the whole process again. And then to decorate these little jars of mine, I'm going to be using some of these 3D fruit stickers from Dollar Tree. I'm going to be painting the watermelon. I'm going to be painting the watermelon with a little bit of green and red, and then filling in those black seeds with a marker, painting the orange, and then painting the pineapple, the actual pineapple fruit part yellow, and then the stem, I'm just going to be painting it green. So pretty much basically what it looks like in real life, and then I'm going to be using a little bit of hot glue to attach them to my pots. And I styled these with some things that you could use to dress up your summer drinks, and I think they look super cute and perfect for a summer party. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and click subscribe. And comment down below what your favorite DIY was today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!